After two starts for Nick Mullens, in which case the Vikings went 0-2, Mullens committing 6 turnovers in that time span. Before, you had control of your own destiny to make the postseason. Now, if you're going to make the playoffs, you're outside looking in, needing help from other teams. According to Mike Florio, the Vikings are taking a long look on whether to bench Nick Mullens and ride with rookie quarterback Jaren Hall the rest of the regular season. And it would absolutely shock me if they made that move just because of the extra long leash that head coach Kevin O'Connell gave to guys like Josh Dobbs and currently, until spoken otherwise, Nick Mullens. At some point, he's going to have his presser where he'll make his official announcement as far as what they're going to do at quarterback. It would absolutely shock me. It's the obvious move. Jaren Hall, in my opinion, I've been saying this for weeks now, should have started once he cleared concussion protocol. He should have started against the Vegas Raiders. You brought in Nick Mullens instead to save the game. Okay, he starts against Cincinnati. That's fine. After a 2-turnover performance against the Bengals by Nick Mullens, Jaren Hall should have started against Detroit. We're going to roll with Nick Mullens again. All right, cool, man. Hall should have came in after Mullens' first interception. Instead, KOC allowed him to keep playing. He should have came in after the second interception, after the third interception. KOC allowed him to not only keep playing, but finish the game with 4 interceptions overall. But if you make this move, you have absolutely nothing to lose. You either make the playoffs because perhaps Jaren Hall is a better quarterback, a better player than Nick Mullens, or you still stink and you improve your draft position. But either way, and one could argue, if you want to go ahead and just outright improve your draft position, then keep doing what you've been doing. Keep playing Nick Mullens. That guarantees that you're going to go from right now. Tankathon has us at 15 in the 2024 draft. You can do even better than where you are right now if you keep playing Nick Mullens. But the kicker is that, well, whether you make the playoffs or if you still stink, at least you get, assuming that he stays healthy for these final 2 games, you get 2 full games of evaluating what you have in Jaren Hall going into the draft next year. And that's super, super important because, and it's going to be tough regardless of who the quarterback is going to be, assuming that you don't have Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson. They both left in the middle of the Detroit game. What you have at your disposal, if you're whoever it's going to be, you've got Justin Jefferson. Your number 2 is going to be KJ Osborne. You've got Brandon Powell as your wide receiver 3. At tight end, instead of TJ Hawkinson, you're going to have Josh Oliver. You don't really have a run game worth raising hell about, so it's going to be tough either way. But Tankathon, as I mentioned earlier, they have us slotted at pick 15. And if your team tank, it's the opposite viewpoint of team stay competitive and try to make the playoffs, where in that viewpoint, you're saying win out if you're the Vikings and you need some help from other teams facing NFC opponents. It's the opposite viewpoint if your team tank, where you're like, hey, if you're the Vikings, lose out and other teams in the NFC, other teams in the league keep winning. That way you can go from 15 to say 13, 12, 11, so on and so forth. And you look at the positions of need on offense. Quarterback, that's the main thing. Center, a center that has power. Running back. Then on the defensive side of the ball, interior defensive line, edge rusher, corner, safety. That's 7 positions of need going into next offseason. And if you do improve your draft position, either way, if you don't make the playoffs, you're in a better spot, I would say, to trade up to get a better prospect at quarterback if you can, but it's going to be tight. I mean, obviously, Caleb Williams, he's going to go first. Drake May second. Jaden Daniels third. And then you're looking at J.J. McCarthy. Jaden Daniels, I don't see him falling past pick number 10, in my humble opinion. But quite honestly, regardless of what you do at quarterback, if you're Kevin O'Connell, I'm done. I'm done exhausting all this energy. I've been screaming this for weeks now. Play Jaren Hall. You have absolutely nothing to lose, but with a guy like Josh Dobbs and Nick Mullens, it's going to fail. It's their body of work tells you that this is going to be a disaster, that you owe it to yourself to give yourself possibly the best chance to win, to make it into the playoffs with Jaren Hall, because the other two options, it's just not possible. Play Hall, great. If not, improve your draft position. I'm over it. I'm done wasting energy. It's like I have 2 kids, 2 toddlers, just turned 4 and 5 years old. They bounce around on the couch or they run at full speed around corners. And I say, hey, listen, you got to slow down. Otherwise, you're going to hurt yourself. And they're like, nope, we're just going to keep on going. And then eventually they bump heads or they fall or something. And I'm just, hey, man, you got to learn on your own. So for Kevin O'Connell, do whatever it is that you're going to do.